It's no secret the world has changed a lot recently. Lives, workplaces, and entire economies have shifted. And life for a lot of us is quite different than it was just a few months ago. Recent developments from COVID-19 have led to governments and strangers on the internet mandating that folks stay at home. And what does that mean for us? Well, we have a lot of free time now. Recently, I've been trying to take this time to get organized, get into shape, and learn something new. However, that desire to continue to see the world still remains there. I'm sure there have been quite a few trips canceled. I know myself was planning to go to Cuba and called that off right before things got really out of hand. However, there's been a few ways I've been able to continue to see the world without venturing too far from my home, and I wanted to share that. So here are a few ways I continue to travel without traveling during a pandemic. Cinema, specifically foreign films. As far back as I can remember, I've always loved movies. Way before I ever set foot out of my own country, I must have visited 100 different places through the power of visual storytelling. A great story can bring you through a roller coaster of emotions, through a nation's landscapes, and introduce you to its people. And foreign films are my favorite way to understand another person's culture, music, language, and even food. Lately I've been watching films like Parasite, Spirited Away, Pushpak Vimana, Chungking Express, but there's so many out there, and don't be too wary of subtitles. Another series I really recommend is Planet Earth 2 and Blue Planet 2. The cinematography is breathtaking, the storytelling is powerful, and it really gives you an interesting perspective on travel and survival. Books. A good novel has the power to transcend pages and bring you into a whole nother world, and there's been many I've been meaning to catch up on. Lately I've been reading The Stand by Stephen King, The Plague by Albert Camus, and Don Quixote by Cervantes. There's a line in Camus' fictional account of a plague that overtakes Algeria that brings a fascinating perspective into situations like this. What's true of all the evils in the world is true of plague as well. It helps men to rise above themselves. So despite how terrible situations like these might feel, it might do you some good to take this time and use it to your advantage. I've been really enjoying trying out new recipes, working out new techniques, and satisfying my worldly cravings. Edit content. I've been having a blast lately, taking part in various different editing contests on Instagram and YouTube. It's fascinating to see how many different takes thousands of people have on editing the same photo, or how many different kinds of stories you can tell with the same batch of footage. On top of that, I've been editing some of my own photos that I have yet to post, and I can't wait to share some of those projects with you, so stay tuned. Virtual travel. I've always wanted to go dog sledding and see the Northern Lights in Scandinavia, or marvel at the ancient tombs of Egypt. And nowadays, with flights grounded and all, that doesn't mean that my adventures have stopped. These days, many of these marvelous sites have some sort of virtual or 360 tour that you can experience right from your own home. I've been able to experience some of these places that are currently closed, and it's quite impressive really. Combining the 360 visuals with the atmosphere ambience, it's quite immersive, and this is a great way to plan for when we do get the opportunity to go back and visit some of these great places on where we want to go and where we don't want to go. So those are some of the ways that I've been able to continue to travel during the pandemic. I hope some of them were useful to you, and if they inspired you to try them out, do let me know your thoughts. I know it's a difficult time right now, but I think it's a great opportunity to take this time and use it wisely, take advantage of it, and try to learn something new and see where it takes you, and come out a little better on the other side. And anyways, thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.